You're dating them and they were unhinged, and you're like, should I tell him? Should I not? Please. What do you mean? Oh, juicy. Take a sign for what it is. Take it for what it is. The fact that you're reading so much into science, yeah, just a little bit. I'm sorry, I can't marry you because putting them in the situation that they never wanted to be in, that makes it cheating.
We have been dating for 5 months and we don't know why.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are having a fun video this time, which is not so much fun for me because these are my laundry clothes. I have to be folding all of this while answering your questions. I posted a poll on Instagram asking you all to send me questions that you all have on dating. Any dating advice that I can possibly give from the limited knowledge that I have, I will be able to give you. So that's what this video is about. I'm basically doing ore color and manga because these things have been laying on the ground on my floor for so long that I'm frustrated. I was like, I need to fold all of this, but then I realized that I can actually do ore color and manga by answering questions which I have here on my laptop. And oh, they are BTS stickers before you all come in. Wait, was that BTS? Yeah. I'll be folding while answering your wonderful questions. And I'll do further polls also. So go follow me on Instagram, subscribe to this channel. There are so many more videos coming, very exciting videos, very fun videos. Okay, let's get started. First cloth I already folded. Celebrity crushes.
Is it normal or termed as micro cheating?
It has so many layers. I'll be really honest. Celebrity crushes then versus now are very different. Okay, there are two reasons why, if anything, it could be a problem. You and I, any normal person has celebrity crushes. I have so many celebrity crushes. Now, will I say that if I'm in a relationship that I'm micro cheating by crushing on any celebrity? I probably wouldn't say that because I am allowed to crush on celebrities, people who are famous, people who I'll never meet in my life. It's okay. The same thing for someone that I'm dating, right? He can also celebrity crushes. It's okay unless the issue arises only in these two situations. One, someone that is accessible basically. So the difference, as I said, from then to now, I should also be folding. Oh my god, I feel like the difference is that the world is a lot more connected now. You can reach out to almost any person on Instagram, and I'm not saying that they're going to reply, but there's a high chance that if you have maybe a crush, for instance, you're dating someone and they have a crush on this content creator, there is a high chance the content creator might reply, bro. So that makes it cheating. That is the problem. When you're able to access this person, when you feel like you're in the similar work area and you're crushing on this person and you're actively seeking them, it's not that you have a crush and you let it be, you're actively seeking them, then that is a problem. That is one aspect of the problem. The other aspect, which is what I think this person is trying to hint at, is having so much love and affection for this person that you don't even know, that your boyfriend or girlfriend feels threatened, to a point where there's it's one thing to have posters and it's one thing to believe that you're going to marry this person and they're the love of your life and you only need that. Happens generally when you're younger, and it's okay that it happens. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be crushing on a celebrity. Oh no, it's wrong, you shouldn't be calling them your husband. I do that too, it's a joke. But as long as I know it's a joke, as long as I know I don't own that person who's a celebrity, as long as I know that I will find someone else that actually suits me better, I am idolizing them. I don't know them as a person. There are so many layers to this. So yes, it can be, to answer your question, it can be micro cheating only in these scenarios as of what I understand, but for the most part it's not. Just to have a crush on a person that's famous, it's chill. Everybody does it. I do it, you do it, you're fine.
We both like each other, but he's afraid of his family because they don't support.
Okay, I might need more context in this situation. Firstly, how old are you guys? Are you planning on getting married? They don't support in the sense, does his family not let him date? Is that the problem? Or are you planning on getting married and they don't want you guys to get married? What exactly would be the problem? You said you like each other. It's not you didn't say that you're in a relationship. So I'm assuming that y'all are young and you like each other and his family doesn't approve of him being in a relationship. Honestly, darling, it's for him to figure out. If he knows that his family doesn't let him date, assuming y'all are young, okay, because that's the vibe I'm getting. Assuming y'all are young and the family doesn't let you guys date, or his family doesn't let him date, it's for him to deal with. What does he want to do? Does he like you enough to be oh, you know what, my family doesn't let me, but you know what, I can either convince them to do something about it, I actually can date you. Either that, family doesn't support, I can't date you, I'm sorry. It's okay, it's valid, as long as he doesn't do it after dating you for 2 or 3 years. He can't date you for a bunch of years and then be actually, I can't marry you because you're this religion, that shit. No. But if he already knows that his family is not going to allow him dating because of whatever reason, then he has to either work on that or let you go. Like, it should be either one of these two things. You can't really do anything. What can you possibly do? You can't make any effort from your place to make the situation better. Anything that happens here, he has to do. Just don't drag it to a point where y'all are together and have to break up because the family is not going to agree. That you already knew. I hate it when breakup reasons come up as something that they always knew. Like, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't marry you because you are this. I'm like, did you not know that from day one? Yeah, that is stupid. But the other things I understand. Sometimes family don't want you to date, and you just have to be clear with the person that you're into. Okay? Why women on apps
Are pre-judgmental, especially in Chennai. I'm not sure.
because that is an assumption on a whole gender in a whole city. Just saying, especially in Chennai, women are judgmental on apps. I'm guessing on dating apps. But again, need a little more context to this. If it's happened to you multiple times, which is why you've mentioned that why are women, like, you've made that statement, because I'm guessing that multiple women on these dating apps have judged you for something. The best thing you can do is either leave the conversation because it's a dating app, or if you actually want to like figure out what's happening, ask them and call that behavior out. Just be like openly, call them out, be like, why are you judging me for this? Because again, I don't know what they're judging you for. I really don't have any context. If they're judging you and thinking that you're a creep, then maybe just look at what you're doing. Do you come off as that? If you don't, great, good for you. I'm just trying to look at it from all lenses. But if they're judging you for, I don't know, what you do or like how you look and stuff like that, and they openly pass comments that are hurtful, either bring it up if you have been talking to them for a while and you're invested and all that, or just leave. It's a dating app. They are not going to take it seriously. Just leave. Should relationships have boundaries? Oh my god, yeah. Every relationship should have boundaries. What do you mean? In every relationship, like, it doesn't even have to be a romantic situation. You can be friends, you can be family, like dad, daughter, mom, daughter, dad, son, mom, anybody. I mean, yeah, I understand that I'm talking about Indian families. Boundaries are really hard. They're like cricket boundaries. Funnily enough, has happened to me twice, and 2 times with 2 different friends actually. Once in school, I made a comment about something. I don't even remember what the comment was. And my friend did not like it. And she was like, she said something in like response, which I knew that her response was like odd. I was like, wait, why did she say that? And I realized that she probably didn't like what I said. And I was like, I was totally trying to joke, but that's not okay. If she doesn't like it, I won't do it. I didn't confront it. We were very young. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just not do it ever again. I just made a mental note. Similarly, with another friend, like recently, and she made a comment which made me feel bad. I already, like everybody else, have like self-esteem issues and like, I don't think I'm pretty and all that stuff I have. And when someone makes a joke about it without realizing that it can hurt me, sometimes does. So I brought it up and I was like, yo, I don't like that kind of joke. And she was like, oh, I understand. I'll not make that joke again. It's as simple as that. That is a boundary. You're dating someone and you find they are on Hinge. Bro, this is not dating advice. I'm sorry. Really sorry. Did that happen to this person? I'm sorry if that happened to you. You're dating them and they were on Hinge. Bro, no. There's no advice to this. There is no advice to this. You can try confronting them, but don't go ahead with it. Like, this is blatantly cheating. You can't even be like, oh, you are on Hinge. That bothered me a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Can you maybe delete the app? No, break it. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying no so many times, and I'm also sorry to the person if you went through this. Like, it's genuinely shitty. That's shitty. You want to see the progress? See how many I folded. Wow, wonderful, Harshini. Comment wonderful, Harshini. I'm not done yet.
Who do you think should plan more dates?
I'm guessing you're asking, should the man or the woman plan more dates? Is a bit of a complicated thing. I don't think it's a very gender role to plan dates. Like, I don't think we can assume that men should always plan the date or like women should always plan the date. Having said that, I feel like in a relationship, you should be able to openly discuss. So let me just say this. Some people innately like planning things. Like, I know people personally who like putting together plans and like calling everybody, being the host or being the hostess. These are things people actually like. These are people's characters. So in that situation, sometimes it can be the guy, sometimes it can be the girl. It depends. Let me also mention the host or the hostess also might like to be treated like nicely once. And every single time you all go out, your boyfriend plans it. Once in a while, if you plan it, he's going to like it. Probably. Again, that is something to be discussed. Sometimes people don't like it. Like, some people are thrown off if the other person is like starting to plan things. Mostly what I've seen, from what I've seen and understood, women like to have their partners already plan everything and take them out. That's usually the case. But again, we cannot assume that every woman on the planet only likes to be like already told what the date is, like how the day is looking like. I wouldn't say that. Some people like to plan it. The best thing you can do in a relationship, not just in this situation, but in any other situation, is to communicate. So it's just honestly not like a gender thing. It's just personality. What if you have a crush
On your best friend, he rejected you. Should you protect that friendship?
Okay, usually these kind of questions come up in the sense that, oh, what if I have a crush on my best friend and should I tell him? That's usually like the kind of angle it takes, because it's like, with that angle also I have an answer, by the way. I feel like if you have like a very close best friend guy and you're like, should I tell him, should I not, bro, and your doubt is that will it ruin the friendship, bro? You thinking that you like him, or you starting to realize that you like him itself already ruined the friendship. I'm not saying it in a bad way, I'm not saying it ruined because you feel that way, not at all like that. I'm saying hiding something also is ruining the friendship, so you might as well just tell. Like, I don't understand the logic, not at all about this person, just in general I'm saying I don't understand the logic of people who are like, oh, I don't want to tell him and I don't want to like make it weird between us, or I don't want to. You are lying. That is also a problem. You might as well just say it, because what happens after that happens after that. Scared that you lose a friendship with this guy that you really, really like care for. But once you started to feel like that, it doesn't go away. Let's imagine that he starts dating someone else and you have never told him that you like him. It's so much more complicated to deal with a situation like that. Instead, you can just tell him. But unfortunately, I do have to tell you this because that's my role. That's the role I'm playing in your life. Like, I, even in my friend group, or even in my, like, any of my friends that come to me and are like, oh, this happened to me, like any dating advice, I always try to be honest, because the problem with not being honest and being nice to them is that it ends up putting them in the situation that they never wanted to be in. I might as well just be honest and hurt them in the moment. Later they realize at least, oh, okay, it's the best. I have to give you the hard pill to swallow, I'm sorry. But in the situation you asked, if you've already told him and he said no, what are you protecting? Like, it's clear that he like still like talking to you a certain way. Does he make you feel like he likes you more than a friend, but is he playing games? Then that's a whole other problem. But if he's not and he's just said that he's not interested, I feel like it's best to move on from the feelings energy of it and just focus on being friends and actually have a conversation about it with him. Talk to him and understand how you both are, like, where are you standing? Are you on the same page on this? How to move forward? Just talk to that person and figure it out. And I'm telling you, to be fine. Like, there have been so many instances I know of where people have liked someone, this person hasn't liked them back. These things happen all the time. This is natural. So it's not like something to be shying away from, or like, oh, I feel stupid because I told him I like him. Oh no, it's not that big a deal. It's honestly not. It's best that you told him. Good job. Now it's about learning to settle with that feeling and also understanding that they're just a friend. I will treat them like that. I will move on in my, like, at my own pace.
Since he's interested, after talking from Bumble,
I'm not sure what that means. Like, I understand that you're saying that you were talking on Bumble and now you want to know if he likes you. Like, what are the signs they're asking? But I don't know how particularly I'll be able to give an answer for how he spoke in Bumble, because I'm not really sure about what really happened there and what kind of conversations you have. But from what I understand, this is what I actually try to tell my friends also. If someone's interested, especially a man, I think it's pretty obvious. And if he's playing around, he's playing around. That's just. And sometimes I know that there is an argument that not everybody is out there. Some people are shy and like they're not going to be able to tell you that they like you. I understand, but you will be able to tell that they like you. Like, there are signs to knowing that someone likes you just by being around them, just by talking to them. They won't take forever to like call back. Like, let's say you call them, they'll at least acknowledge and text you back and be like, yo, I cannot like right away or call right away, can I call you in a bit? They won't take forever. Like, that is a sign. Like, or I'm saying that you wouldn't have to push someone to do something. Like, you wouldn't have to push them to like keep talking to you or update you or text you or anything like that. If they want to, they will. I know that's a very cliche dialogue, like, yeah, if they want to, they will. But for the most part, that's the case. And even if it's not, this is my approach personally. I feel like if they want to, they will. Like, if he wants to, he will. Approach helps in situations, because at least you are not trying to make up your own story. Like, you're not kinding one biryani and you're like, wow, and it turns out to be like, I don't know, bro, just rice. And on the other hand, he's like, just like, he doesn't care. Like, that's not what you want, right? So it's best to let them show you that they care. That's all I'm saying. And you also show that you care. But I'm saying that don't restrict yourself from showing that you care. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, until he makes a move, just don't do anything. No, obviously show him you care, but don't make up your own like mental, like, oh, this is a sign, he turned this way, that's a sign, oh, he said hi to me first, he looked at me. Don't read so much into signs, because it doesn't help. The fact that you're reading so much into signs itself says that they're probably not into it, because when they are, the signs are not very small. Like, it's not like, oh, he looked at me for 1 second, yes, he loves me. No, maybe he does, bro, maybe he does, I don't know. But don't take that eye or that look for, like, don't make it a big deal in your head. And then when probably they don't like you, if that ever comes up, then I don't want you to feel bad. That's why I'm saying. So take a sign for what it is. Take it for what it is. What you see is what you get. That's all. If you see that they're putting in effort, you get an effort putting person in your life. You see they're not, move on. There are better people out there. You are amazing. Like, I feel so bad when people start to equate their self-worth, including me. Everybody tends to do that. Your self-worth based on how many people like you, how many people you like you back. Like, you, somewhere your mind plays games and it makes you think a certain way. Don't fall for that trap. You're genuinely amazing, and you have been overthinking this too much. Don't read into science, because when someone likes you, you don't have to read into science. That's how simple it is. But to be precise and answer your question, once you start talking to them, do they share deep things? Do they care to spend time with you? Do they care to like be nice to you? Do they care about your feelings? How are they talking to you? How are they receiving things you're saying? Do they pay attention to you? Are they like updating you? Are they trying to make sure that you're fine? Like, these are things that are like emotionally trying to be there with you, and that's what is important. And these are signs that someone does like you for the most part. But also, this is not the only thing you can look at. It's a long list. It's not very easy to understand when someone likes you, but that's why my approach is that unless I know that they like me for sure, unless they told me, I'm not going to make it a big deal in my brain. What I go by, like, I'm not going to make it like, oh yeah, this happened. I will make it a whole kada in my brain and nothing happened in real life. I don't want that to be the case. That's all I'm saying.
There is a 70% chance he says no. Should I continue texting him and get heartbroken or stop texting?
There's a 70% chance he says no, if I may ask. Like, how do you know that? Are you saying that because there are two types of people? One that's really insecure that nobody will like you. Another that actually sees that this person might not be interested. It's just me always running the conversation, me always taking the first step, or every other step also. They're just like barely replying. If that's the case, honestly, move on, bro. It's not worth it. Like, if this person is going to probably say 70% you say that they're going to say no, what makes you keep going? Like, except the fact that you like talking to them, obviously that is there, but you know that you talking longer is just going to make it worse. Like, now it's like, oh, 70% he's going to say no, but let me keep talking. At some point you're going to realize they're going to say no, or they actually say no. What do you do then? That hurts worse. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt now, but don't extend it and make it more of like you start bonding with them and you start liking them even more and you want to be with them and all that, and they're like, wait, I never said that. No. So you don't want to be in that situation, do you? No, right? Stop texting. If they don't want to be with you, you will find someone else. You will find someone else that actually wants to be with you and makes it very clear that they want to be with you. You don't have to run behind somebody that's like very off and is like playing and it's like, I'll give you attention once in a while. Like, yeah, you don't need that kind of hot and cold behavior. You need consistency. This kind of correlates to the previous question that they were asking about signs if they're interested. Hot and cold is not a sign. If they're being hot and cold, if they're like once in a while there and once in a while they're not there, it's like they're irkiya illiya peya ni andamari. If they start behaving, then like please gauging what this person is trying to say. Oh, maybe don't start reading between lines. That itself is a sign to leave. Oh, I like a girl.
We text every day. How do I move forward for the relationship status?
Oh, juicy. Okay. Very difficult to gauge what situation someone is in without actually communicating. To an extent, you're able to get it. Did they want something? You can maybe start asking them questions about ever being in a relationship before, or like, do they want to ever be in a relationship? Are they looking to date? Are they looking for anything serious? What is the kind of relationship they want? Because so many types of relationships. A lot of people want a casual relationship. A lot of people just want to talk. A lot of people want to be in a committed relationship for the long term. They want to like ideally get married to that same person. That's the vision. So maybe try and understand where you stand in that and where they stand in that. And if you're open to dating, what is the kind of relationship you're looking at? Are you looking to be committed? Just start asking these questions first to gauge. But first know where they stand. If they don't even want to date, then asking them to be your like girlfriend or boyfriend is like, yeah, it's better to ask first.
How to find loyal? I am so cooked in this generation.
I think they meant how to find someone who's loyal. I'll be really honest, it's not just this generation. Cheaters and disloyal people have always existed. This generation just knows about it more and we speak about it more and we're like, it's not okay. A lot of the people in the previous generations were like, as in older people were like, oh, he cheated, but he at least came back. To each their own. I am not someone to comment, but that's the idea of thinking that this generation is more disloyal is, it's like, it's just humanity. It's unfortunate. A lot of people are just like that. But I get what you're saying when you say this generation also. It becomes more prevalent when it's like spoken about. You feel like there's nobody that's loyal. There are a lot of really not nice people out there. There are a lot of people who will walk all over you. Like, I can talk to this person as long as I feel like it, and then I can like activate if I don't care. Those kind of people do exist. But at the same time, I wanted to know that there are actually nice people. I have seen a lot of nice people in a lot of nice relationships, and it's hard. yes, it's definitely difficult to find someone that actually matches your freak, that actually is loyal, that's actually a nice person. It is starting to look like a rare possibility to find someone that actually possesses the normal bare minimum qualities. It does look like that, I understand, but there are honestly nice people and people that will understand you for who you are. Just don't drop your standards thinking that, oh, if I drop my standards I'll find somebody, at least I won't be single. Don't do that. Don't drop your like idea of what you will date or who you'll be with because this other person has come up and you're like, oh, this is your problem, it's okay, I'll take it. This is your problem, it's fine. Don't go into that loop. You will find the wonderful best person ever if you just keep your standard where you are and keep improving yourself. Don't put yourself down so that you feel nice to date me because my expectations are lower. Don't do that. Okay, clearly this person seems to have stalked me a little bit. They said, are you dating Kim Namjoon? That's funny. I am. What do you mean? No, I'm not. I'm not in the sense that I'm not seriously saying I am or I'm not. But I wouldn't claim that, okay? I wouldn't be like, I'm just dating this random like celebrity who is amazing, by the way. Yeah, I wish. No, I'm OT7, guys. For everybody that's asking, so many people are asking for my BTS bias. The answer is here. I'm OT7. I love all of them.
Ideas to fix the starting trouble.
I get that. I understand. Like it's really hard to start speaking to someone. It's very awkward in the beginning. Like ice break I'm also like that. I don't know. Like I don't even have to like someone, bro. I'll just be awkward in general. It's about getting to know someone. So even if you're awkward, you still push through and go for it. Like, it's about being curious to get to know someone. உனக்கு யாரையா தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னா நீ என்ன பண்ணுவ? கியூரியஸா இருக்கு அப்படின்னா இவங்களை பத்தி கத்துக்கணும்னா ஏதாவது கேள்வி கேட்பல அந்த மாதிரி. Obviously starting trouble இருக்கும், எனக்கும் இருக்கு, எப்பவுமே இருக்கும். Like I don't even have to like this person like romantically. I can just want to be friends with them or just randomly try to talk to someone and be I think a lot of people have this doubt.
Should I become friends and propose or directly? Because
I tried to do the first and I failed. So the thing is, அது நீ ஒரு வாட்டி பண்ணி பார்த்துட்டு அதனால அது ஆவல, அதனால நான் இதை ரூல் அவுட்டே பண்ணிடுறேன் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி the logic doesn't apply everywhere. Okay, and it's a little more complicated than saying should I try to become friends. I would say personally that you should try to become friends because any relationship, the best way to start it is to first be friends. நீ எட்டோனே love you அப்படின்ட்டு போனா intimidating-ஆ இருக்கலாம் and உனக்கு என்ன தெரியும் நீ லவ் பண்ற அப்படின்ற மாதிரி the other person can say. In my personal opinion, I feel like becoming friends first helps. That being said, don't become such a wonderful, amazing friend that you're like bro zone or friend zone. Don't do that. From time to time, try to express that you think that they're pretty or like you think that you would like to date them. Other than subtle like hints, don't start acting like you're their brother. Don't give off that vibe and sorara. Like you have to make it like konja clear because what happens sometimes is you act too much like a friend. They might like you and they will move on from you because they are not getting any signs from you. They're like, oh, this guy probably doesn't like me. நான் இது எதுவும் பண்ணிக்க வேணாம், எனக்கு இந்த ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப் இது பண்ண வேணாம், அது பண்ண வேணாம், அவங்களே காம்ப்ளிகேட் பண்ணிட்டு they'll move on and start dating someone else and you'll be like, ஐயோ போச்சே, நான் இத்தனை நாள் வந்து ஃப்ரெண்டா இருந்துட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் டேட் பண்ணலாம்னு நினைச்சேன். So it's better to start as friends as long as you keep your intentions clear. நீ ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸா இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிற but you want to eventually date, now you have to try and put those signs and you can't be like, I was only acting as a friend because like I will act like that. But you have to understand from your own brain that also to clarify, I'm not saying that this person that sent the message is in the wrong or like I'm sorry, that's literally not what I'm trying to say. I'm just speaking from the perspective of most situations, what generally happens in Solra. I don't know what exactly happened in your situation where you first became friends and then you proposed and then it didn't work out in Pramari. I'm not exactly sure what happened. It might have happened because of many reasons. And sometimes people are just like bad. They will talk to you and they will probably even know that you like them and they'll walk all over you. That can also happen. Okay, so I don't even know what happened. But Namma Silent, what can we do? What am I doing? Like, am I pretending like I'm just friends and then expecting them to feel like they should date me? Or am I making it clear from the beginning? And once they start acting in a way that அவங்க ஒரு மாதிரி disinterested பண்றாங்கன்னா நீ வெளியில வந்துரு. Don't be involved in a situation where there are too many mixed signals. Mixed signals is always a problem. Like mixed signals does not end well. Do you believe in casual dating? Okay, do I believe in it? Yeah, I mean for anyone that works, if it works for someone, yeah, great, sure. For other people maybe, but not for myself. I cannot casually date. I will attach. I will stick on like one bully. I cannot casually date. Unfortunately, I can't do that. Like even my friendships, any relationship in my life, I am very attached. I have a very small group of people that are close to me and they are very close to me. So like I will be like anything for you, bro. I'm like that. So even in a relationship, even in a friendship, even in any sort of a situation, I am always going to be attached. So I cannot casually date. That's just not my cup of tea. But that doesn't mean I don't believe in it. Like, it probably works for other people. I'm nobody to ever judge anyone for anything. I will only say that this works for me, this doesn't work for me. Oh, this is long. Okay, long story short,
We have been dating for 5 months and we don't know why, but it ended because due to pressure. But she tried to patch up 4 times, but she went back every time. Like 4 times she came, and next day she would be like, no, let's continue with
this because she was under pressure.
I guess. And later she tried to become more close, like continue the relationship after some days. But later she itself said,
Should I just wait for her or should just move on? Wow, okay, that seems like really a very complex situation. I'm sorry to whoever that person is. That doesn't sound like a fun thing to be a part of, or that doesn't sound nice. That sounds really like confusing, and confusing means that probably made you sad. Like somebody coming and going and coming and going and giving you attention, and then like moving away, and then being like, oh, I really like you, I want to be with you, and then again going away. Like this whole like confusion, it's a lot more. Like, I'm not gonna blame the person, because as you say, she was under some pressure, and I don't know the full story. I don't know who's in the wrong, but regardless of who's right, who's wrong, sometimes nobody's wrong. It's just the situation. I would say after reading this that you should just move on. Like, yes, you should work on yourself. Like you mentioned, you have been. You should work on yourself, and maybe you should also try healing from this. And by the end of the day, you need to be with someone that's able to be with you. Like, for whatever reason that this person is not able to be in a relationship with you, whatever it may be, it might be a completely justified reason. It doesn't mean that you have to put yourself through that, or that you should be in a situation which constantly hurts you. உனக்கு எப்பவுமே கஷ்டமா இருக்கு, எப்பவுமே கன்ஃபிளிக்டடா இருக்கு, இவங்க வருவாங்களா போவாங்களான்னு ஒரு டென்ஷன்லயே இருக்குன்னா, இந்த மாதிரி சுச்சுவேஷன்ல நீ ஏன் இருக்கணும்ன்றாங்க. வேற எதுவும் கிடையாது. அவங்களுக்குமே அது செட் ஆகாது. The girl also வந்துட்டு போறது அவங்களுக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு ப்ரெஷரை ஹேண்டில் பண்ணிட்டே இது பண்றது, இட்ஸ் நாட் குட் ஃபார் போத் பார்ட்டிஸ். திஸ் டசன்ட் மேக் எனிபடி பி ஹாப்பியர் இஸ் வாட் ஐம் சேயிங். ஸோ த பெஸ்ட் thing, unfortunately, in this situation, I know it's very sad, but it's honestly the best to move on in this situation. Work on yourself, do things that make you happy, and heal from this. And I'm sorry this happened, but yeah, that is it for today's video, and I hope you really liked it. I've actually multiplied every single thuni here. All the clothes have been mulched. Like, look at me being productive, guys. This was great. I honestly like doing these Q&A sessions, and if you have any more questions, you can maybe comment, or like you can put it up in the next poll. So go follow me on Instagram, subscribe to this channel. I have more wonderful entertaining videos coming up for you. I've planned more exciting videos also. In the end, my most important advice is to keep yourself happy, be healthy, be nice to your family, and be nice to your friends. Be nice to the people you care about more than anything else. Be nice to them, and keep yourself happy. Unakku nee sandoshama iru, because by the end of the day, it's very cliche, but you are the only person that's there for you entirely. So just be happy for yourself and make yourself happy. It's not happiness enna porthavaraikum is a habit. Like, you can lose it if you don't actually practice it. So practice it. Do things that make you happy. Micha vishayala apram paathukalam. You'll always take stress. I'm also like that. I spiral in the middle of the night, but gotta practice happiness. You know what I mean? Okay. If you have yet not named this community, this is taking forever, guys. Please suggest some nice names for our community. But yeah, that's about it for today's video. Bye. Subscribe. We'll see you.